Way back in the olden days, back in 2014, back in the Mac lab in room 246, we had a tardy policy that was consistent year after year after year. Last year, when we moved into temporary housing, the tardy policy got shredded because of the long walks between the trailer park where most of you were and Odin's Hall where the Mac lab was. And this year, silly me, I told you, you try new things, you experiment. Some things work, some things crash and burn. My tardy policy this year crashed and burned. It was a failure. We learn from our failures, we adapt and move on. So the new tardy policy is part of that adaptation, part of us moving on. And we're moving back to the future, meaning we're going back in time to 2014 and embracing the old, tried and true Mac Lab tardy policy that worked without any flaws. So what is it, you might ask? Okay, Monday and Tuesday, we are working with the old tardy policy, but on Wednesday, we're going with the new one. So if you're an early bird and you get in here and you claim that early bird every day, you got no problems. You're going to be fine. You're going to claim your early bird and life is good. If you're one of those people who comes in at the last minute, you're going to have to change your ways or you're going to be getting tardies where you used to get a null. Because what constitutes being on time now is logged in and working. And by that, I mean your computer shows up on my computer. I use a program called Apple Remote Desktop, which allows me to see every computer in the room. My computer recognizes your computer once you log into your account and your applications begin loading. You know, you type in your password, you hit return. There's a pause while the computer starts to do its thing. And then it switches over, and then your desktop picture shows up, and then applications start loading. The menu bar shows up and applications start opening. At that point, that's when I see your computer. That's going to mark whether or not you're logged in and working. The old way with typing your password, my fault. Dumb idea. I accept responsibility. I'm supposed to be preparing you for success in the real world. Success in the real world means not showing up at the last minute for your job. So, when the bell rings to start the class, I have Apple Remote Desktop open, and this would represent my computer screen. Here is a list of all the computers in the room. Here is a list of all your names. But your names don't show up until you're logged in and working. So what I do is I sort this list by users, and I know who's the first alphabetically in the class, so I can click on that name and then shift click when the bell rings to select all the people who are logged in and working when the bell rings. Then I sort by computer number, and after that, anyone who logs in, your name is not highlighted. Everyone who was on time, their names are highlighted. So if you claim that you were logged in and working, we have irrefutable evidence whether or not that's true. This tech works like a clock. So this is the new policy, and I want you guys to understand it's not punishment. It is actually helping you be a better person, because developing these kind of work habits will help you succeed. That's my job, and I admit it. I wasn't doing my job as well as I could have. So this is the new tardy policy. It goes into effect Wednesday. No complaints. You've been warned. If you have any questions about this, ask me. Maybe we'll talk it over in class if most of you are confused. But since most of you already earned the early bird, most of you aren't confused. It's just the people who come in late who may or may not be paying attention at this point. There you go. Good luck. I hope no one's late on Wednesday. And every day after that. Wouldn't that be a wonderful thing to have happen?